All right, let's talk about capture. This is where business development actually happens in GovDash. And for a lot of teams, this is the area that gets them the most excited. If you've been doing capture in GovCon for any amount of time, you know what it usually looks like. You've got an Excel spreadsheet being emailed around, you've got opportunity data in 3 different places, you've got capture plans that are really just a Word doc that somebody filled out once and then it sat in a folder. When somebody asks you, where are we on this opportunity? You spend 20 minutes trying to piece together an answer from 4 different sources. Capture in GovDash is different because everything lives in one place and it's connected to everything else. Your contracts feed your opportunity matching. Your opportunity data feeds your proposals. Your capture plans and solutioning work carry forward when you start writing. Nothing gets lost. Nothing has to be recreated. Your entire team can see the same picture at the same time. So today we're going to walk through the core things you need to know to start doing capture work in GovDash right away. How to find opportunities. How to manage your pipeline. How to customize it for the way your team works. How to run a capabilities assessment in minutes. How to analyze solicitations so your team can make smarter bid decisions faster. Let's start with Discover. Discover is your opportunity matching engine. What makes it powerful is that it doesn't just search based on keywords or NAICS codes. It uses your actual past performance. The contracts you uploaded in your contract area, GovDash is analyzing those and recommending opportunities that align with what your company has actually done. That's a fundamentally different approach than most opportunity search tools because it's matching on capability, not just category codes. When you open Discover, you're going to see a feed of opportunities pulled from sources like sam.gov and eBuy. You can filter by agency, contract type, set-aside type, value range, and more. But the real power is in recommendation profiles. A recommendation profile is a saved set of filters that you can switch between quickly. If your company does both IT modernization and cybersecurity work, you might create a profile for each one. Set one as your default, and GovDash will email you a daily digest of relevant opportunities that match that profile. No more logging into SAM every morning and running the same search. The opportunities come to you. When you find something that looks interesting, you can bookmark it for later, share it with a teammate via link or email, or add it directly to your pipeline with one click. When you add an opportunity from Discover, any associated solicitation documents download and link to that record automatically. By the time you open the opportunity in your pipeline, GovDash has already started doing the work for you. Now, Discover is powerful, but it's not your only source. Your team is going to hear about opportunities from industry days, customer conversations, teaming partners, incumbent knowledge. GovDash handles all of that too. You can manually add opportunities directly to your pipeline from the pipeline page. If you have Salesforce connected, opportunities sync automatically based on your mapping configuration. If you've set up the eBuy integration, GSA RFQs will surface directly in GovDash. If you're using GovWin, that intelligence can be pulled into your pipeline as well. The point is, no matter where your opportunities come from, they all end up in the same place, and your team can work them the same way. Let's talk about the pipeline itself. When you navigate to your pipeline in GovDash, you're going to see your opportunities laid out in a Kanban board view by default. You've got cards that you can drag and drop between stages as opportunities progress. If your team prefers a more data-dense view, you can switch to the table view, which shows everything in rows and columns like a spreadsheet. Both views are fully filterable and sortable, and they stay in sync. Here's where it gets flexible. Your capture process is unique to your organization, and GovDash lets you configure the pipeline to match exactly how you work. By default, you've got capture phases like analysis, intel, solution, ready for proposal, and active proposal. But you can customize these to match your gate review process. If you have 6 stages with specific criteria at each gate, set it up that way. If you're a smaller team with a simpler 3-stage process, that works too. Separate from capture phases, you've got submission stages that track outcomes. Not submitted, in evaluation, canceled, no bid, won, lost. These are preset and they track the life cycle of the opportunity independent of where it is in your capture process. So you always know both where an opportunity is in your workflow and what its current status is. You can also add custom fields to your opportunities. Need to track probability of win? Create a field for it. Need a forecasted value? You can even use formula fields that calculate values based on other fields. Want to require certain information before an opportunity can be created? You can mandate specific fields during opportunity creation so your intake process stays consistent. You can create customized opportunity IDs with patterns, so every opportunity gets a meaningful, standardized identifier. This is your pipeline, configured for your team, not a one-size-fits-all template you have to work around. Working an opportunity. Now let's get into what happens once an opportunity is in your pipeline. This is where Capture gets real. Opportunity workspace. Every opportunity record in GovDash gives you a workspace for everything your team needs. You've got activity feeds, tasks, and notes so your team can collaborate and track capture actions. You've got document management, so solicitation files, amendments, and any intel you've gathered lives right on the record. You've got capture plan questions. Capture plans in GovDash are configurable in your pipeline settings. You build out templates with the questions your team needs to answer at each stage of capture. Who is the incumbent? What is our competitive position? What are the evaluation criteria? What is our teaming strategy? What are the risks? These questions are based on best practices, and the more of them your team answers, the stronger your proposal is going to be when you get there. Think of it like this. If your capture team is ever stuck on what to do next, these questions give them a concrete next step. All of those answers carry forward into your proposal, so your proposal team isn't starting from scratch. Now, let's cover gate reviews and teaming. Gate reviews give your team structured checkpoints for bid and no bid decisions. You can assign reviewers, track approvals, and make sure the right people are weighing in at the right moments. This is capture discipline built into the system, not just a process that lives in someone's head. You can also manage teaming partners directly within an opportunity. Add potential partners, evaluate them manually, or let GovDash run an auto-evaluation that assesses their capabilities, past performance relevance, and teaming readiness. You can score partners, track recommendations, and keep all of that context right on the record where your team can see it. Okay, now let me show you one of the most powerful features in Capture, the capabilities matrix and gap analysis. If you've ever had your boss hand you a performance work statement and say, I need you to go through this and tell me where we have experience and where we have gaps, you know how long that takes. You're reading through the PWS line by line, matching each task area to contracts in your head or in a spreadsheet, trying to remember which project did what, and it takes forever. And then it goes stale the minute your strategy shifts or new information comes in. Let me show you how GovDash does this in minutes. When you generate a capabilities matrix, GovDash extracts the task areas from the solicitation, pulls data from your contract area, and maps your past performance against each requirement. You get a side-by-side view showing where you have strong past performance, where your coverage is moderate, and where you have gaps. It shows you which specific contracts support each rating and why. This changes how you make bid decisions. Instead of going into a gate review with a gut feeling about whether you can do the work, you walk in with evidence. You can see exactly which task areas you're strong on, where you might need a teaming partner, and where subject matter expertise exists in your organization that you might not have thought to leverage. Generate the capabilities matrix as soon as an opportunity enters your pipeline, even if you only have partial documentation. You don't have to wait for the final RFP. An early assessment gives you a head start and lets your capture team make better decisions sooner. The matrix stays live and editable as your strategy evolves, so it grows with the opportunity. One of my favorite ways to use this is for finding subject matter experts. Even if I'm not going to use a particular contract as past performance, the capabilities matrix shows me which contracts have relevant experience. That tells me who to go talk to for solutioning, for technical approaches, for review comments. It's an index into your institutional knowledge that didn't exist before. Now, let's talk about how GovDash shreds draft and previous solicitations. When you add an opportunity to the pipeline, the first thing your team needs to do is understand what the government is asking for. That means reading through what might be a 200-page RFP from the previous recompete and extracting every requirement, every instruction, every evaluation criterion. That's a full day of work for a skilled person, and it's tedious. GovDash does this automatically. When you upload solicitation documents, whether that's in Capture or in Proposal, GovDash shreds them. It identifies and classifies requirements into categories: proposal preparation instructions, task area requirements, evaluation criteria, compliance elements like shall and must statements. Your team can quickly scan through the extracted requirements and catch things that matter for a bid decision. Is there a conflict of interest issue? Is there a security clearance requirement you can't meet? Is there an OCI clause that changes your teaming strategy? Those things that waste a lot of time when you discover them late in the process, GovDash surfaces them early, so your team can make smart decisions fast. With GovDash, you can also automate your compliance matrix. The compliance matrix gets generated automatically too. Every time you upload a solicitation, GovDash builds a full compliance matrix without anyone having to copy and paste a single requirement into an Excel spreadsheet. This is great for capture because your team can quickly evaluate and identify requirements from the previous or draft RFP to ensure your solution is in line with expected requirements. That alone saves 8 hours minimum on a typical proposal. Your team can use that matrix to verify compliance, share it with partners, or use it as the foundation for their pre-proposal response activities. And throughout all of this, Dash is right there with you. From any opportunity record, you can open Dash and ask questions about the solicitation, your past performance, or even do web research. Ask Dash to summarize the key evaluation factors from the RFP. Ask it which of your contracts align best with this opportunity. Ask it to identify potential primes and explain why they'd be a good fit. Dash has context for what you're working on, so the answers are specific and relevant, not generic. You can task Dash with doing competitive research, and it will search hundreds of sources in a matter of minutes and deliver a comprehensive report that is informed by both your company information, the relevant opportunity, your capture plan, and the most up-to-date information gathered across the web. This is the value of using GovDash for capture. Everything you do here carries forward. When you transition an opportunity to proposal, all of your capture data, your solutioning answers, your documents, your team's notes, it all comes with it. Your proposal team never starts from zero. This is capture done differently. It's not just a place to track your pipeline. It's an intelligent system that helps your team find the right opportunities, assess them with real data, make smarter bid decisions, and build the strategic foundation for a winning proposal. So here's what I want you to do this week. Go into Discover and create a recommendation profile for your primary service area. Add at least one real opportunity to your pipeline. Open that opportunity and explore the record. Look at the activity feed, the documents tab, the capture plan questions. If you've got contracts uploaded, generate a capabilities matrix against that opportunity. See what GovDash finds. I think you're going to be surprised at how fast it surfaces insights that would have taken your team days to compile manually. If you need help customizing your pipeline stages, setting up capture plan templates, or configuring any of the settings we talked about, our support team is ready. Reach out to them at support@govdash.com or connect with your account manager directly. They've done this before, and they'll help you set things up in a way that fits how your team actually works. Next session, we're gonna put it all together. Proposal. We're gonna take an opportunity from outline to generated proposal. I'm gonna show you the single most impactful thing you can do in GovDash, which is writing plans. It's the transformation moment, and it's going to change how you think about AI-generated content. Don't miss it.